Shot clock down to 9. Split action. Post has Maxiano with the quick hands. Spencer 3. Good! Pat Spencer again!
Look at him beating his chest. Pat Spencer deserves to be in the league full time. Look at this two-way player stuff. This man is a baller.
Got Holmgren on him. Driving in on the shot blocker, nowhere to go. Fades, and Nowitzki! He went 1 foot, Nowitzki, and made it!
What is happening right now?
Pat Spencer tying his career high. Shot clock at 4. Quinn post at 3. Spencer recognized it, deep 3, and he made it! Pat Spencer! He shot that from Pensacola!
Look at this pass from Pat. Oh, no, this is a shot from Pat Spencer.
10 for Moody, 10 for Hachimura. 5 seconds. Spencer looks up, guarded by James. Spencer drives, floating, puts it up. Shot's good at the buzzer. Pat Spencer with a difficult shot over LeBron James.
3-point shooting percentage.
Pat Spencer! Hey, Pat Spencer, it just gets better and better.
Yo.
A former lacrosse great with a nice-looking bucket.
Shot clock at 5. Pat Spencer gonna shoot the 3, and he got it! That's a big shot right there.
Look at him. You can grab the rim. If it doesn't affect the ball, it's fine. If it affects the ball.
Correct. That's a very important distinction. He had that when Draymond hit the rim in OKC. Pat Spencer floating it home.
The Warriors have had a wild travel schedule to start the season. 3 back-to-backs already. This is Spencer. Turnaround jumper is good.
Ball up, feel it, got a chance, and can Spencer answer? Yes.
Oh, Spencer from Boulder.
Geary running with friends. Pat Spencer getting in the lane to lay it up and in.
I love Pat Spencer.
DC is the tallest player on the floor for the Pelicans. Pat Spencer will challenge him and float it right over him.
Pat Spencer will challenge anyone.
If you watch the second and third, you've seen some pretty good Warrior basketball. Horford deep position. And Pat Spencer to lay it up and in.
He's such a good cutter.
Cleveland can't make anything.
Keep this thing a single-digit game.
And the Warriors are down 5, shooting 21%. Pat Spencer floating it up and in.
Well, this is how you go to the hole. Just hit and slip out of it. And because you get a little bit of a...
15 assists on the 18 made field goals. This is not an ISO game tonight. Pat Spencer catch and shoot 3. Got it.
Yeah, he's 39% from there.
And then Giddey gave it up to Buzelis. Quentin Post did not let Giddey drive him or get to the rim.
It's attention to detail, knowing your personnel, but knowing how the game is going. The guy has struggled.
And Pat Spencer up and in with the left hand. Rebounds. He and Trace Jackson Davis have been active inside. Pat Spencer, corner 3. He got it!
That's just Steph Curry.
Talking about his mom, how he left Brooklyn, and KD was on there talking about that as well. But he got vulnerable there. Never seen that side of James Harden.
Pat Spencer bottoming the 3.
It's a weird dynamic that you're dealing with here.
And I think on paper, you know what? People look at some of these guys. Hey, listen, I feel like that's a name we're going to be saying a lot.
Yeah.
Spencer with the left. Oh, that was nifty.
That was nifty.
Clock at 7. Okay, now wait a minute. Melton hit the deck there. Pat Spencer to beat the buzzer and hit the 3.
Here comes Melton, who finds Moody, and he has been on a shooting tear. In the corner, Spencer for 3, and he puts it down.
Steve Kerr has mentioned Santos multiple times over the season, just talking about how he's grown and earned his trust, just like Spencer.
Maxi Kleber, another one of those intangible plays. With the tip out, Spencer the drive, he banks it in with his offhand.
Awkward closeout. They're not going to let you off the hook. Coward's one of their keepers as a young player.
Pat Spencer and Guy Santos are the best 3-point shooters the Warriors have on the team.
Up trying to get an extra possession, but look at this. A little handoff there. Look at Coward. You're supposed to switch. Had that one. He just was so far under the basket, under the backboard, close to the out of bounds.
Al Horford did well to catch that. And Pat Spencer caught it, put it in, and draws the...
7 for Fox, 7 for Wembanyama, who's going to check back in at the next dead ball. Nice passing. Spencer and Payton, and Spencer with the bang.
The Fox is frustrated. Now, he got hit very hard on that screen.
Porzingis to a cutting Moody. Outside, Green, pump, drive, Spencer for 2.
What a great layoff by Draymond Green.
2 of 3 from D. But they're top half in the league when it comes to their percentage.
That's Spencer down the lane, and he'll dunk it down.
Double pump. He just rejected the screen. The help is on the wrong side.
1:15:92, 5 minutes to go in regulation. Nuggets 4-0 on their home floor. 360 turnaround, Jay, for Spencer.
2.5 quarters. This was one heck of a basketball game. But he healed off iron there. Pat Spencer, another rebound. Pat inside. What a game he has had. Protecting the three-point lead as we wind down towards 8 minutes. Pat Spencer, a shot on goal and in the bucket again.
Getting it back. Reject this ball screen. And Tyson was just sure that he was going to go over the top.
For field goal percentage and three-point percentage. And Toronto has earned it tonight. Bobo knocking that away. Pat Spencer went and retrieves. And Pat down the lane to dunk it down. Okay.
And Golden State playing without a number of their big dogs. No Steph Curry, no Draymond Green.
Glass is the same over 5 years. Xfinity forces 2 misses free throws. Wow. They can do it all.
There's nothing they can't do.
That's Spencer right down the lane and put it up and in and go to.
Well, watch him change hands here like MJ against the Lakers. So start with the left. Well, it's kind of like a hoopsie-doop. Almost changed hands. It was pretty nonetheless. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to have the crafties when it comes to your ability to finish. He wanted the foul. He got hit in the head. This is a
Warrior uniform. And Spencer only 2 to shoot. And Pat Spencer beats the buzzer.
He is that dude.
Do you want it? Single digits?
Yes.
Shot clock down to 4. Spencer driving on Fox. And Spencer with back-to-back banks.
Different sides of the floor.
Took a tour to China this summer. Steph Curry went to China this summer. They love their basketball over there. And he wants it too. He's going to put forth the effort.
Pat Spencer floating that in. I'm always impressed.
3-ball with.
But speak to, we've talked about the Chase Center, not the Chase Center, as Pat Spencer misses and gets it back. The personality of Chase Center, and
you know how you got here is a little interesting, but there's 4 minutes left in the third on the road without 3 Hall of Famers, and you're right here. Pat Spencer floating it up and in.
Get off me. Playing mad. Look at Pat Spencer. Get off.
A.J. Mitchell, and I tell you, Guy Santos is guarding.
Yeah, he dealt with all his hezzies. Didn't work that time.
Pat Spencer for 3, and he got it.
That is not an easy shot for Pat Spencer. Stop on a dime. Defender's momentum is taken away from you.
Can shoot the ball and attack some long closeouts. Pat Spencer taking his time, resets on a 3 and drops it down. Pat Spencer's going to get in the lane. The flip shot is good.
I said it. Don't forget about your mid-range.
Buddy at 3. He will back up and launch a deep 3. Guy Santos kept it alive. Just miss and then keep getting rebounds.
That's the name of the game.
Brandon bothered him. He went to take a charge out of Miles, sidestep, but forgot to make the shot. And Spencer fade away. Got that one.
Okay.
Well, may get Draymond Wednesday. He is questionable for that game. If you're not going to have Horford and Dominguez miss 5 games in a row, as Pat Spencer right down the lane.
2 Warriors have 12 second chance points.
They deny fears. Draymond was there as last line of defense. Spencer running, and Pat finishes off the Payton delivery.
One defense leading to offense. Look at Moses Moody, Draymond had him covered as well. Then you get out and run, get some. I'm not gonna say that's an easy.
Warriors have gone cold here, 6 of 16. Pat Spencer takes the lid off the basket.
Well, that's why you have to threaten on the glass. Warriors should be better. They're 21st in offensive rebounding percentage.
Steph Curry Finding Pat Spencer on the baseline.
Staying within himself. He's at peace with his game right off the bat.
Last game was in Charlotte. Pat Spencer dropping in the wing jumper.
More rhythm and flow offensively. That ball's moving around.
They double team and force the steal. Buddy Hield running with Pat Spencer. He'll lay it up and out. Spencer guides it home. Rimmed it out. Quentin Post with the rebound. Buddy thought about that three. Pat Spencer corner three. And he got it! Pat Spencer's got 11.
Look at him beating his chest.
If you can go by him.
Here's the other issue. He didn't shoot a single free throw yet in the game.
Yeah.
Get in the lane and jump into somebody. Pat Spencer with a mid-range, dropping that in. Shane's got 31. Shajemski 17, leading the way for the Warriors.
Warriors have been going a lot of ball screens.
Pat Spencer rejected the screen, little mid-range. Pat Spencer. Shot clock at 9. Look at Mitchell move his feet. They're cutting Pat Spencer. Took a little bump, banked it in anyway. He's got 15.
He's got Tyrese Maxey to bounce ideas off of. The Kentucky connection.
Shot clock at 5. Seth Curry's got to make something out of nothing. Seth finding Pat Spencer. What a nice play for the basket.
Have some momentum going into the fourth. Watch the two defenders stay up. He's got his head up. He's looking back to the weak side. The Warriors are going to be in a clutch game. I would have said amazing news.
Pat Spencer 3. Oh, Pat Spencer. His first 3 of the night.
Look at Pat Spencer. They're going to switch. They're going to go away from me. You're not going to respect me.
Unable to score.
Warriors are making everything tough at the rim. That was kind of an in-between shot, but Pat Spencer moved his feet enough.
And Pat Spencer right to the rim. DeSantos on the step around on Hunter. Back out to Spencer. Dropped in the 3.
That's big time. Letting him go at Donovan Mitchell's life. He tried it, but DeSantos got in the paint that time.
Oh my goodness. Whatever he's doing, I love it. DJD out to Moody. Pat Spencer open 3 again. Cash one more time. The Dubs rip off 8s. They push it back to 11. 3 on the Warriors. Pat Spencer in the lane. Pat Spencer to float it up and out and in. It went around the iron and fell. Post has been hot, but it swing to Butler with the shot clock at 12. And Jimmy, I'll just have a handoff to Spencer for the layup.
That's the start you want. Make them call timeout.
Shot clock at 3. Quentin Post has been hot. Hits the iron barely, and Pat Spencer there to guide it home.
Johnny on the spot. Pat Spencer, listen, you got to attack the glass. He got by Vucevic, and Vucevic was just behind. So he's right in.
Butler. Out of Buddy Hield with the shot clock at 7. Pat Spencer trying to get inside. He'll fade, fire, and put it in.
Bro, the spacing there was rubbish. Kind of in a bad way. He's got an angle.
When a team also has a losing streak like the Bulls, though, as Pat Spencer puts it up and in, you can get them into here we go again mode. The Warriors getting on the glass with a second chance points advantage, 20-9.
Well, he's been big time tonight. He just wants to reward himself with points.
Pat Spencer right down the lane.
Come on. I can get my own at times, too.
Yeah, he's averaging 15 a game. That's why the 4-point game against Phoenix was a surprise. Pat Spencer floater.
They're getting movement.
Moses Moody just into the game running the floor. Pat Spencer 3. Yes, sir! He's shooting 44% from deep.
Randall, because Steph's got so much in his game. Look at all the defense that's focused. One of the best personalities.
Almost
in the game
never misses a game. That's why it's a bummer he's banged up for tonight.
And he feels like he can reach that
Spencer floating it up and in.
So you got to get someone else to get on Randall.
Pat Spencer looking for post a little space. So call his own number and drop it in. At 26, a career best against the Warriors in their last meeting. Jimmy Butler to Pat Spencer. They work well together. 59%, but you're playing without Draymond Green, and you have not stopped the turnover issue whatsoever. Pat Spencer 3. Welcome back, Pat Spencer.
He gets the lift, but then he puts it high up in the air, too. High arc gives it a great chance to go in.
Pat Spencer right in the lane, doing what he does, right by Terrence Mann. Shot clock at 7. Butler on the face-up, the cutting Pat Spencer to lay it up and in.
He's an amazing cutter.
I can tell you who's going to move without the ball. It's that guy.
Well, they're all so focused on Jimmy Butler. The presence inside on both sides. Look at him set the first screen on the stagger screen
all the defenders stay up.
And Jonathan Kuminga, and this is just time to get in rhythm for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, Toronto has outplayed you. Second half has been good. Pat Spencer bottoming a three.
There you go. Get Pat Spencer on the board.
Trace the roller. Pat Spencer in the lane. Okay. They're playing good basketball right now. Steve Kerr's gone with this unit for a long time, and they're running out of gas a little bit. Pat Spencer high out the window.
They've kept their fight up.
But they were like, Kobe Bryant is driving himself in the weight room under the floor here. And I went down there, I was amazed at what he was doing.
Spencer knocks down the tray.
Buddy Hield got a piece of that along with Melton. Buddy on a sidestep three. And Pat Spencer inside.
You got to outwork him. You got the Sixers shrugging.
Work if you're not making the threes. The Warriors now 13 of 35 from deep.
It's not a terrible percentage, but you're just missing opportunities to drive. I mean, if you made a three.
Shot clock at 6. Pat Spencer in the lane, little mid-range. So Pat Spencer in double figures. We said the Warriors would have to put 6 or 7 guys in double figures. They have. All right, Walker had that denied.
The East is wide open. The Sixers, maybe late in the season when they do it. Pat Spencer knocks down a three. 12. Both above average.
Brooks doubled in the corner, threw it away. Santos a chance to push. Pat Spencer, another three. Okay, when they're
also resolute to double team Dillon Brooks. And it's working, at least that last.
Pat Spencer's going to feed Horford. Shot clock at 5. Back out to Pat. In, out, and knock in the bucket. That is how you create. Horford ripping away that rebound. Seems Guy Santos took a beat and finds Pat Spencer for his 4th three of the night.
You can tell Dillon Brooks is playing with confidence. He told O'Neal to move and shot a step back. There's the
shot clock at 10. The repost to Horford. Putting it inside. Guy Santos spinning around. Spencer's been the hot man with it.
Defensive rebounding percentage. Look, the 2 defenders commit to Al Horford. I was going to say Guy Santos just try to power up. Let Will
Deck as a D and Pat Spencer, more importantly, the rebound. Phoenix had 5 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. They had none in the second. Pat Spencer, he is one off his
4-point Laker lead, a low scoring, poor shooting game, especially from 3. Spencer knocks that one down. Does it at both ends. His second field goal. 2-point Laker lead in a very low scoring first half. Spencer, corner 3, got it. Just the 3rd three-pointer.
Perfect delivery, wide open. Hachimura now bears 2 in a row.
Continues to shoot the 3 ball so well. Spencer comes right back. It rolls around, goes out, goes back in.
7th pick, right? Will's the 56th pick. Just really, I'm proud of these guys.
This is the chip on their shoulder game.
And Pat Spencer. And when they play beautiful basketball, this is why we enjoy the sport so much. I don't think anyone wants it to be an LA Fitness, let's shoot 73s. Pat Spencer following his own shot. Yes. He's like in the MVP conversation. That's how good Macklin Celebrini's been this year.
The sky's the limit for that man.
Spencer lost it, got it back, wheeling in the lane. Santos on the cut. Step around, threw it around the defender, Kyle Anderson, and then what a pass from post to Pat Spencer.
The Warriors are moving.
They've missed their last 7 shots from the floor, but they still have a 9-point lead. Harper with a strong take, but he couldn't finish. Golden State looking to run, but the Spurs get back. Great cut by Spencer. He got behind Harrison Barnes. Gary Payton yet to check in the second half. Had a great first half with 10 points and 5 assists. Spencer with the hook shot off the window.
And Spencer hiding behind the Draymond screen. Pat Spencer railing the 3.
And the Warriors hang on. Denver scored 67 and shot 50% from the floor. Jokic 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Pat Spencer.
Beautiful weak side help.
Unbelievable.
Pat Spencer floating it up and in.
Yeah, 2 defenders committed to the ball.
Shot clock at 7. Pat Spencer an open three. And it's going to be a different half from three. Point guards playing together. And GP2 with a steal. It's a 2-on-1 with Pat Spencer. Behind the back to Pat to lay it in. Nice delivery by Gary.
Well-played game so far.
Absolutely. Particularly on the back end of a back-to-back, it can be very ragged. Pat Spencer with a mid-range.
Okay, it's a Pat Spencer game. He's already talking to the Warrior bench.
We got the Netherlands to Brazil. And the Dutchman. Leons and Quentin Post working together off the post miss. And Pat Spencer with the three. Pajemski finding Horford. Shot clock at 1. Pat Spencer. And that is the game rewards the right place. Shot clock down to 9. Pat Spencer. The mid-range rims it in.
Malachi Leons, the second-year player out of Bradley in the game. Post is in there. Spencer, baseline jumper, gets back to go.
I mean, basketball is alive in the Bay Area, and the WNBA team here has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything alone. It's my colleagues, it's the leadership of Ohema.
That's so cool to sit here, and Cheryl, obviously you coached early in the WNBA, and now you're watching the growth of the game and where they're at. And Natalie getting her opportunity. Nice put back there. Warriors looking to score. Pat Spencer leaves it short.
Oh, great hustle.
Spencer again. Got it.
Cannot give them a second try at the basketball play.
Offensive talent as well. The cuttings, side steps, and Euro steps. We get Pat Spencer cutting inside.
Nice shovel by Quentin Post. Perfect pass there.
He's going to bring it on this side. This is where he impacts the game on the defensive end.
Yeah, Crier's been averaging 20 in the G League, and Pat Spencer scoring inside. But LJ had that hamstring injury at just the wrong time.
Making sure they respect Quentin Post on the pick and rolls. They want to stay with him. There's going to be a hesitation to get out of the way. He's going to the basket again.
All right, they're picking on Reed Shepherd a little bit, too. And so
a lot of those aforementioned wings, very good defensive players, too. Spencer knocks it home over Williams. Jared McCain had designs on Rookie of the Year before he got hurt in Philadelphia last year. Nice slot cut by Pat Spencer for the layup. Shot clock at 10. Spencer spins with the left, scores it, and the lead is down to 8. Green swings it around to Spencer. Spencer going to try and walk down Case and Wallace. Walked him down and scored it, PJ.
It's one way or the other. If you want to let him play, let Draymond play too now.
But Leonard Miller literally has his hands around Porzingis' waist. And Pat Spencer, 19 and 13 at home. The Dub Nation's been great this year at home. They're going to need a little help from the crowd. And Spencer dropping in at 3. Chicago with the 1 rebound advantage. High screen roll, Spencer and Porzingis. Okay, Pat didn't throw it back out to a three-point shooter, Kay. Went right down the lane and drew the foul, made the bucket.
Dillingham had a tough time fighting over that one. I'm trying to get back in front of him, but Pat Spencer's already got momentum.
Plenty of time left in the game, but you got to execute almost every trip down. Pat Spencer will show, no-go, and lay it up and in.
Give him a little ball fake position. The battle is on. Pump fake. A little ball fake, and Nick Richards bit. Pat Spencer got in there, took his time, finally Will Richard cut.
Spencer with a steal, running with friends, dropping it up and in. Pat Spencer's got a dozen.
Moving, keep moving. Make the defense really work. Warriors are getting stops, they're getting super active with their hands. You see Giddy.
21 on 39, and age and experience wins out.
He is moving his feet, contained.
Pat Spencer up and in again. 100 seconds of crunch time. Shot clock down to 7. Pat Spencer on Bruzelis. Got to make something out of nothing. Horford at 2. Spencer from the half mark. He bottoms the 3. He sees this building, this logo, whatever it is. Seth Curry cycling it to Pat Spencer. Pat had 17 against Chicago, and he's got 2 right already tonight. And DeSumo acquired from Chicago. He's going to fit in there as Pat Spencer drops in at 3.
Anthony Edwards actually said he's watched a lot of Stephen Curry and how he deals with double teams and how he relocates. He'll give and go, and he doesn't let the double team him take him out of play if he doesn't want him to, as Pat Spencer scores.
Warriors are just getting in the pick and roll and trying to create offense.
See, he just was on the wrong side.
Flip-flop.
Take Spencer to the other side here in this first quarter.
It's been a while since he scored 30 points. Think about that.
Spencer on the take and the finish. Pat Spencer tries to get it to Omer Yurtseven. Just signed by the Warriors this weekend. Spencer for two.
Two defenders reacted in there on that strong side.
Well, Houston Amon is feeling with 3 fouls. Steve's going to put Guy Santos back in the game. Pat Spencer right to the rim. Big bottom. That's a big basket right there. Yurtseven giving it back to Pat Spencer, and he joins. That was tipped in by the Warriors.
Yurtseven has 2 points for the Warriors and 2 points for the Wizards.
Pat Spencer, back-to-back threes.
Okay.
This is good for Pat. It's a homecoming game. Melton working on Shireman. That's what D'Anthony did all game against Washington. That just wouldn't stay down. Extra opportunity. Pat Spencer for 3, and he got it. And credit to Anthony Melton. Okay, the shot didn't go. It's not that he can't make it. He's just so good at everything else.
I mean, if you can get this lead just around 10 by halftime, you're feeling okay.
Pat Spencer floats one home.
Yeah. You can just have a little push right here, get hot for a few minutes. That will do you some good.
Pat Spencer, baseline, and then the three-pointer back-to-back.
So Draymond rolling to the basket, took 2 guys with him.
Shot clock down to 4. This is where Boston, you see that great defense. Pat Spencer's got to make something out of nothing, and he does! Pat Spencer's got 10 on 4 of 7 shooting. How can the Warriors capitalize? Pat Spencer cutting. Return pass to Draymond in the trees. Pat with a fadeaway, and he got another one.
Yeah, Pat likes that shot.
He does. He's got a dozen.
So Pat, he just kind of... Pat Spencer's willing to do it.
Can anyone not name D'Anthony Melton score? Pat Spencer says yes. The Pistons very physical on every ball handler. Pat Spencer just grinding his way to the basket.
Yeah, I'll meet your physicality with my own.
We sort of need the wrist.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him over there just doing defensive slides or something. Just
love Moses Moody.
He can't even play his guitar that he keeps bringing anymore.
Well, Pat Spencer floating that home. Steve Kerr going to shuttle the healthy bodies you do have in and out early in this game. Pat right off the bench and right in the bucket as Pat Spencer hits a 3.
Split action.
The Atlanta is playing great basketball right now.
Well, they've had some big-time improvement. Defensively, one of the biggest areas as Warriors are trying to exploit this switch here. They did a great job interior passing Guy Santos to Pat Spencer.
Energy level for both teams has been very good. Pat getting him back for 3. Pat Spencer. 2-point game has become a 20-point deficit in less than 4.5 minutes. Pat Spencer able to score inside. He doesn't have to do too much. In the games where he has good games, that'll be a big benefit. Nate Williams finding Pat Spencer. I love watching Pat Spencer move without the ball.
Are all my limbs attached? Okay, let's go out and play. You've got guys with all kinds of things taped up as
Pat Spencer putting that up and in.
Make as many passes as possible and move the ball.
And 38 points off those turnovers.
Yeah, and sometimes they can get a little sped up here, try some tough passes.
Pat Spencer's had a night shooting the ball as well.
It gets exciting when you think about the reinforcements coming.
Comes soon enough as Pat Spencer puts that in.
It's just the journey to get there.
He has moved around after leaving Milwaukee, won a championship there with Giannis.
All things considered, despite the turnovers, you're up 5 right now.
Pat Spencer.
Darren Wilson has been compared to Josh Hart.
And that time Guy Santos got picked. And then the Warriors pick it right back. Nice dive by L.J. Cryer to earn that possession. Pat Spencer flipping it up and in. Shot clock down to 5. Melton on the shot clock. And there you go. Pat Spencer. Porzingis on the post up. They double him. Sets up Pat Spencer. An open corner 3. Go to Porzingis, and good things can happen.
More than respectable there.
We saw Sharif Cooper out of Auburn. Remember, he was defending last year. Very good defensive player. Pat Spencer floating at home.
That's it.
You know, sometimes you get a grenade at the end of the shot clock, but otherwise, take the good ones. Pat Spencer down the lane. Pat Spencer laying it up and in.
You like going in the post, and especially if you get a smaller guy, but even a guy your size, you got great post game, great back to the basket game. Was that a natural thing for you?
Where do the Warriors go offensively here? Pat Spencer on Riley. Pat Spencer is at a night. He's got 11.
To the current iterations of the Michigan State Spartans. Pat Spencer on the floor for Golden State, looking to back down. Now hope fade and fill it up from the mid-range.
That was nice. That fade was
great. And a turnover on the out of bounds. Podjevsky turns on the Jets and missed it. Oh, he almost wedgied a layup and the follow goes.
Inbounds pass. Great instincts by BP. He tried to get to that left hand, missed the layup. But Spencer follows him.
Now 7 Denver turnovers leading to 10 Golden State points. It's a Denver team that does turn it over. Spencer, third opportunity, goes down.
Makes sense, right? Makes sense. Scoring way more in the paint now.
Pat Spencer hanging and finishing. Tough shot there by Pat. Bill Russell was Jim Barnett's first coach. He was a player coach for Boston. And he'd be around. We'd see him a couple times a year as Pat Spencer hits the floater. And
Yep, really nice.
We won't say he won the money that day.
I was just going to say we teamed up and beat them. If you want to talk about our matchup, comes in. This guy is doing way too much. Put him in the action. Set this wide pin down. I'm going to curl in here and lay it up.
It's good screen for Pat Spencer. The rebound.
I just love his mentality, too. He loves to play. He's so competitive. Again, he's going to get everything he can out of that body. He knows he's gifted as Pat Spencer knocks down a three.
It's kind of crazy. 37 minutes for Pat Spencer. Pat still got the legs to hit the three. He's got 14. Moose on one side, Merrill on the other, and Cleveland up 9. Those are their shooters. Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis, both coming over from Sacramento. Pat Spencer inside.
Yeah, he just cut right in front of Schroeder.
Draymond back in close quarters to Pat Spencer. Left that little fadeaway. Draymond batted it back out. How about fading away from 3? Pat Spencer at 19 in the Warrior victory over Cleveland.
A little ball screen here, and Draymond.
NBA Finals games. He's an elite official.
He understands. That's some restraint.
No, I like that's good restraint.
Warriors have the momentum. They want to keep this going.
Pat Spencer. Okay. Get hot. I think I told you they're going to make threes in the second half. 2026 put a few zeros behind that. No more 50. Seriously. Pat Spencer's got to beat the shot clock buzzer, and he does! Pat Spencer.
And Smith, 3 to shoot. Spencer's going to have to find a way. Got it off. And Spencer puts it down. Spencer on the attack. And a strong finish over Holiday.
He stood on it. He's taken 42nd in the draft. It's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Pat Spencer from deep.
Okay, Lee Clifford got out there.
Energizer Bunny, great defender.
Got a nose for the ball.
Pat fadeaway. Pat Spencer's going to have a career best in everything this year. So Sacramento the 1-point lead.
The thing, GP2's so smart. Everybody expects that step shot to go in. He's like, I'm going to run to the basket just in case.
I tell you, Pat Spencer, that little lean back, step deep 3. Bassie playing volleyball on the glass. Kick out to Pat Spencer on the ricochet and bottoms the 3. Credit Charles Bassie with all that extra effort.
All playing with nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Steph cutting back door, finding Pat Spencer, corner 3. Got it!
Steph Curry is like, yep, I did that. No, this means a lot to the Warriors. Look, okay, Renault's on you. You don't have to have the ball to kill Renault there. You just move without the ball. And Steph just kind of, he just ghosted.
Bushwhacked by 43 points to the champion Thunder, and that's when the injuries occurred.
I'll say
a week ago tonight.
I'll say this, though. I mean, let's see.
Shot clock is down to 5, and Spencer will chisel, take it, and fire. And got his own miss.
Another shot clock. Yep, another offensive rebound for Golden State, and that's Spencer.
With 8 to fire, here comes Pat Spencer. It's a long three with Ayton defending. He said, but DeMarcus Smart in his 9th consecutive missed game tonight. Here's a three by Spencer.
Change the game, okay? Dynamics of what we see now in NBA and college, high school. It's such a joy to watch over the years and be a part.
Rookie of the month. It's a new month, but his play is still spectacular. That's Spencer wheeling around Clifford in traffic to put it up and in. That's Spencer at three, a deeper three. High arcing rainbow for Pat Spencer.
He is right now, but Pat Spencer, you got to give the Clippers credit, even though Pat made this one, the ball pressure.
Shot clock at three. Pat Spencer nowhere to go here. On Batum, throws one up and hits a fadeaway.
Wednesday, and you're thinking about trying to brush the rust off. How about the MJ?
So Portland wins. They will play Phoenix. On Tuesday, the Warriors will play the Clippers right here on Wednesday. Pat Spencer putting it up and in. And really, Kay, Monday, Tuesday is kind of a little mini camp.